Today on the Commanders Report, we have the latest Commanders free agency targets for you guys from Bleacher Report. 3 players that Bleacher Report thinks the Washington Commanders should sign right now to make their team better. Before we break it down and I react to these 3 players from Bleacher Report, go ahead and click that subscribe button right now for premium Commanders content here on YouTube every single day. We are trying to move up the power rankings and move up the ranks here at Chat Sports. The further we go up, the more stuff we get to do here on the channel, more watch parties during the season, more giveaways during the season, all that great stuff. And the next team on our list is the Alabama Football Report. They're currently in their offseason, guys, so we can really catch up on these guys. They got about 17,759 subscribers. I think we can catch up to them before the start of the season. And if that's not enough for you to click that subscribe button, let's go and see what Alabama Football Report host and Dallas Cowboys Report host, by the way, Tom Downey, had to say about the Commanders. There's nothing I love more than talking smack to Commanders fans because they can't say anything. Their team doesn't even hold a candle to America's team. Talking about the Cowboys there, obviously. What a joke of a fan base. Have fun commanding last place in the division again, folks. So listen, man, Tom Downey's got a big mouth on him. Shut it for him right now by clicking that subscribe button and helping us catch up to the Alabama Football Report, move up the ranks here at Chat Sports. And guys, the new viewers that are watching this show right now, if it's your first video watching us or if it's the first couple, you haven't clicked that subscribe button yet, we are relying on you to help us out here because there's so many people that are watching this video who are already subscribed. They can't help us. Only the people that are new, haven't clicked that subscribe button, can help us out today. So if you want to do me a favor today, click that subscribe button, try us out for a week. I promise you will not regret it. So now let's get into today's content here. Bleacher Reports, 3 Commanders free agency targets for them to target to make this team better right now. And this is worth discussing because the Commanders do still have quite a bit of cap space for the 2024 campaign. They got over $44 million at their disposal. And that figure comes from over the cap, by the way. So let's dive into these free agency targets here because the first one is one I absolutely agree with, and it's cornerback Stephon Gilmore. Played under Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr., of course, the head coach and the new defensive coordinator here in Washington. There with the Dallas Cowboys last year, had a very productive season. This is what Alex Ballantyne from Bleacher Report had to say about going out and getting Stephon Gilmore. The Commanders are another obvious fit. Gilmore enjoyed a good season in Dan Quinn's system last year, and now he's calling the shots as Washington's head coach. So listen, man, like I said, I couldn't agree with bringing in Stephon Gilmore more. I have been very vocal here on this channel over the last couple weeks about my concerns with the Washington Commanders outside cornerback room, and it definitely needs help. Okay, Emmanuel Forbes looks like he is, just a toothpick out there, right? You got Benjamin St-Juste, who's not the fastest guy in the world. Michael Davis is fine, but he's kind of more of like a replacement level starting player, a good backup type. I really do believe in Mike Sainristil as the slot corner. I think he's going to be excellent in his rookie season, but in terms of outside corner, you really could use a bona fide number 1 cornerback presence in this room. So why not go out and get a guy like Stephon Gilmore, who when Trayvon Diggs went down last year, he was their number 1 cover corner. Now, he didn't have as many turnovers as Deron Bland did in the same defense, but they were putting Stephon Gilmore on the number 1 receiving option on the other side of the line. And I do think Gilmore had a pretty darn good season. He shut down guys like A.J. Brown late into last season. And even though he is a little bit older, he has had a couple of injuries. He's had a couple of one-year contracts with the Colts and the Carolina Panthers and the Cowboys. And he's really played well in pretty much every stop that he has had. Now, he's no longer the defensive player of the year type player he was in New England, but he could be an excellent mentor to guys like Emmanuel Forbes, who is obviously still growing into his man body. Somebody like a Benjamin St-Juste, who's got long arms and a great strength and size, but he hasn't been the most productive either in his NFL career to this point. And also even guys like Derek Forrest and Quan Martin and the guys in the safety room. I do think that having a true leader in this defensive backs room is going to be something that could be really good for this defense and for the locker room as a whole. Stephon Gilmore Gilmore can be for this secondary, what we're hoping Bobby Wagner is going to be for the linebackers and the defense as a whole, bringing in these veterans that know what is expected from this new system, this new regime, is definitely going to be a good thing for the Commanders. The only question is, will Gilmore want to play for a rebuilding team like the Commanders? But, if he's going to go to a rebuilding team, he's probably going to go to the one with his former defensive coordinator in Dan Quinn at the helm. So what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comments section. Would you bring in Stephon Gilmore if you were GM Adam Peters? Let me know what you guys are thinking down there in the comments section. In just a couple of seconds, I'm going to talk about our friends at PrizePicks. When that happens, take advantage of that time by going down there, finding that pinned comment, and let me know what you think about adding Stephon Gilmore this offseason. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS or download the PrizePicks app today and use our code CLNS for a first-time deposit match up to $100. And PrizePicks has specials for new and returning users alike for the NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Mavs. And the finals mean more on PrizePicks, and so do the star players. You get boosted payouts on select basketball stars that you won't find anywhere else. PrizePicks is America's #1 fantasy sports app with over 5 million active members. Get in on the daily action with your friends today and become a part of the PrizePicks community for Game 1 of this was actually my projection for the final game of the Western Conference Finals between the Mavs and the Timberwolves. I took the less on Luka Doncic's three-pointers made, the more on Jaden Daniels' three-pointers made, and then the more on Karl Anthony Towns' points at 19.5. So you guys can see how it works. You get a player, you get a stat projection, and then all you have to do is pick more than or less than. They got a bunch of different options. You can do flex plays, all these different things. If you can get these right, if you know ball, you can absolutely make some money today with our friends at PrizePicks. Like I said, it's simple to play. All you have to do is pick more than or less than on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and then watch the winnings roll in. Get started now if you haven't already at prizepicks.com/CLNS or download the PrizePicks app today and get a first-time deposit match up to $100 when you use code CLNS. With our friends at PrizePicks, you can pick more or you can pick less. It's that easy. Second free agent target that they talk about in this article from Bleacher Report is DJ Humphries, the former left tackle and captain of the Arizona Cardinals. This is what Troy Adame from Bleacher Report had to say about this one. The Commanders currently look like they're going to start 11-year veteran Cornelius Lucas at left tackle this offseason. That's not ideal considering they'll likely be starting number 2 overall pick Jaden Daniels at quarterback, and Lucas has only been a full-time starter for one season in 2022 when he started 12 games for the Commanders. Humphries was a Pro Bowler in 2021 and cashed in big with the Cardinals in August 2022 with a 3-year, $51 million contract extension. The big question here is health. He tore his ACL on December 31st, 2023, and likely won't be ready to play until mid-season. But it could be a case of better late than never. So listen, I think that Humphries is a decent pickup mid-season, right? If you start with the season with Cornelius Lucas or Brandon Coleman and neither one of them are working out, okay, DJ Humphries is coming off his ACL injury and he's ready to go. All right, pick up DJ Humphries and see what you got for the rest of the season, right? That's kind of more the context that I would be targeting Humphries this season, not necessarily getting him under contract now and then playing him when he eventually gets back. I think that's more of a situation where your current situation at left tackle isn't working, so we're going to go to the veteran to try to fix it mid-season. And as far as guys that are on the free agency market that are going to be ready for week 1, David Bakhtiari, former Green Bay Packers left tackle, still a really productive player when he's on the field, but he has a hard time staying on the field. He always seems to get injured. And then Donovan Smith, who's won 2 Super Bowls in the last 4 years with the Bucs and Chiefs respectively, including last year with the Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. So Donovan is still available. I've heard people say that they want the Commanders to sign both of these guys and put them at left tackle and right tackle respectively, get rid of Andrew Wiley and play these 2 guys as your starting tackles. And honestly, I don't hate that idea because these 2 guys might be better than any of the tackles the Commanders currently have on their current roster. Now we get to the third free agent target that Bleacher Report brings up, and that's Jayron Kearse, another player that played in Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr.'s defense last year in Dallas. Let's see what Adame had to say about this one. Kearse is a big safety, 6'4" and 215 pounds, who has been a solid player wherever he's been, including playing the last 3 seasons for new Washington head coach Dan Quinn. So listen, man, I mean, you look at this defense, you look at what they like to do with these bigger safeties that, play them as almost like hybrid linebackers. Kearse is an excellent fit for that role. Okay, but when it comes to that bandit hybrid linebacker safety role in this defense, the Commanders already went out and got Jeremy Chinn, who they love and who I think is really going to thrive in that kind of bandit Jayron Kearse type role in this defense. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't bring in Kearse as a backup option, right? If Jeremy Chinn gets hurt, if he disappoints, Jayron Kearse is somebody that we know can play in this specific role. Not to mention, he can play on special teams as kind of a bigger, faster special teams player that has played special teams before. He's certainly somebody that I would consider bringing in on a cheap contract if, in fact, he would want to come play for his former DC. Now, what say you guys? Let me know down there in the comment section. Would you bring in Jayron Kearse on a cheap contract to be a backup safety for this football team? Give me a yes or no. Let me know what you're feeling down there in the comment section. That'll be it for today's program, guys. Really do appreciate all of your support sticking with me here to the very end. Make sure you click that subscribe button right now, because if you like today's video, we're going to have another video for you guys tomorrow. So if you want extensive, exclusive premium Steelers content or Commanders content here on YouTube, make sure you click that subscribe button right now.